The spotlight this morning, it is one of my absolute favorites. Catfish, the TV show, tackles the mystery and complexities of dating in the digital world, and it returns for an all-new season starting tonight on MTV. And joining us this morning with a sneak peek of what's coming up is writer, producer, and host Nev Schulman. Good morning, Nev.
Good morning.
I don't want to make this weird, but I am a Catfish super fan. I've seen every single episode multiple times, and your documentary that started it all. Now we're in season 9. What can we look forward to with you and Miss Cammy this season?
Oh, well, I was going to say, if you're a super fan, I could do a pop quiz. What are some of the top red flags that people should look out for?
Well, obviously, you have to do the reverse image search of the images, so you know if they were used on other websites or not. You know, any Cash App accounts are usually not a good thing.
Good, good.
Yep, the phone numbers. You can look up the phone numbers now. If it's one of those generated ones, right? The Google generated numbers. Yep. That's a red flag.
You're good. All right,
I'm not kidding around. I like to sleuth along with you.
Well, as far as season 9 goes, I think what's great about the show is people can expect more of the same in terms of the mystery, the romance, obviously the deception and heartbreak. But what you can't predict are the complicated variables that come with two different people from different places, different lives, sometimes very different stages of life, and what will happen when you put them in, face to face. And that's what I think makes the show super interesting and exciting to make, and also to watch.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think the thing that, it's fun to kind of like solve the mystery with you guys, but the reason I love the show is seeing these human connections. And at the end, more times than not, you end up having these really genuine conversations with people and them kind of being upfront with you and themselves about who they are. And that's what I really kind of love about the show. You guys are really going deep with people and where they're at in their lives and why they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah, and don't tell anyone, but the show is secretly about empathy and compassion, disguised as a sort of mystery love train wreck. So I love that we get to have these conversations, like you said, give people space to think about how they feel, acknowledge and take accountability for what they've done, and hopefully come away from what could very easily be just a negative experience with some positive sort of, beneficial new thing or feeling or idea or change in their life.
Yeah, and you and Cammy do such a great job of navigating that. I feel like you guys almost act as therapists in a way. You really are gentle about guiding people through these incredibly awkward situations. I always think about when you arrive on site and what the nerves are for not only the person you're with, but even you guys. You're about to roll up on somebody. You have no clue what's about to happen, and you just kind of have to act like it's like normal and like we're just here to like see what's up.
Yeah, it's strange. I mean, I think the strangest, and we have a situation in an episode like this coming up, is when we are there and the person isn't a catfish, but perhaps they have some reason, obviously, and in this case, it was a speech impediment. The catfish was so insecure about the way they sounded that they avoided speaking on the phone, and obviously didn't want to have to speak in any kind of live video chat format. And when we met them and they weren't a catfish, then all of a sudden it becomes even more awkward because we're now just kind of chaperoning these two people who are excited and in love, and definitely don't want two weird older people standing around with cameras as they try to have their first date. So it can go either way, and sometimes it's even more strange and awkward when it's a happy ending.
Yeah, I can absolutely see that, and I told you I've seen all the episodes, and I have to say I don't think you ever really make it to our area, Providence, Rhode Island. Are you ever going to get here? Do we just not catfish people here? What's the deal?
Yeah, it's true. We've been not to every state, but to many states, and we have not been to Rhode Island. I think it has something to do with that. Perhaps people in the Northeast have tighter knit communities and live in cities typically that are a little bit more walkable, a little bit more community centric. And not to say that there isn't isolation in anywhere. I mean, you can live in New York City and be lonely, but it's true. We haven't really explored much of the Northeast or Maine, Vermont. We haven't been to any of those places, Rhode Island. So I'm not sure why, but I'd love to. I mean, I'm a fan. Providence is a great town.
Yeah, the food's great here, so we hope you make it. But everybody knows everybody here, so I think you're right. You can't get away with catfishing because everyone knows everyone. So you would never be able to pull it off.
Well, if anyone is watching who doesn't live in Providence but wants to catfish someone in Providence,
yes, please.
We would welcome it.
I think it's time. Niamh, if you ever need a co-host, I know Cammie's busy a lot of times. She's got a lot of gigs. I'm your girl, okay? I'm ready to go.
That's true. You know your stuff.
I know my stuff. I know my stuff. All right, thanks, Niamh. The all-new season of Catfish. It airs tonight at 8 p.m. on MTV.